But do you get how it relates to that open chord, and do you understand where we're getting the name from, and also how it translates to what's on the page? That square, if it was in the open position, would be that open E string. So, but basically, you just need to notice that it's on the E string, period. So, whatever note you're doing on that E string is going to be the note of the chord. They call it G because we're here at the 3rd fret. E, F, F sharp, G. Yeah. Perfect. The notes are coming through clearly. I mean, that's a huge thing. Yeah? Do you know how to play an E minor, open E minor? Well, that would be making it into a G minor, right? So I was just going through the same process. So this is E major, you take the one off, you got E minor, and then you got to move the ball. Yep, just take that one finger off, makes it into minor.
But I need to move it.
You don't need, if you do it here, then it's that note minor. E, F, G minor. Fine.
Right.
I mean, as long as you get how it gets its name, then that's a fine place to do it. As fine as any.
I'm thinking E minor got to come way down here or something. But
E minor is open.
oh, without a bar chord.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so I'm trying to do it with a bar chord.
Yeah. You gotta go way over here. Yeah. No, I was just walking you through that same process of taking any of your open chords, in this case E minor, you might play with these fingers, using these fingers instead, then making it into a bar chord that you can then play anywhere. So that was E major. Exactly.
You don't play all the strings.
You do.
That's not right with the last one. Just the volume, I guess.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't do that.
When you move these ones up, then this goes down. You got to think of, always think of where these notes are in relation to that open. So it's 0 to 2, so we're maintaining that distance, 1 to 3. See what I'm saying? Like 0, 2 is 2 apart, 1, 3 is 2 apart, 5, 7 is 2 apart, 3, 5, So we're keeping the distance between all the notes the same. It's like we learned all the open chords. These notes are spaced apart from each other in a specific way. If you keep that spacing the same, then that chord can be moved anywhere. That's the idea with the bar chords. You're just taking, it's like, okay, the way these notes are spaced from 0 to 2 to 2 to 0 to 0 to 0 makes a minor chord. In this case, E, because we're tuned to E. Move it up a fret, we have the spacing the exact same way, but we're starting on an F note, so it's an F minor. But because they're spaced the same way, the chord is the same. It's minor.
It's just strange how, that same because, if you're doing an F down here, or a D over here, but then
Right.
it's kind of weird the way it transforms.
Yeah,
the bar
it
chord,
might. You could take any of these chords and make them into bar chords too. So you could take this D chord, move it up a fret. It's harder to play, and it's not written in the book because not too many people play it. It's a little awkward. It'd be like D sharp major, E major. So this is an E, F, F sharp, G. See that? Okay. Or a C. Taking a C. And this is how we normally do C, right? Just using these fingers so that I've got my first finger free. Because when I move it, these open notes don't move along with it. Got to bar them down. So this is a C sharp major. It's just a lot of the other chords, the other 3 chords specifically. There's only really 5 chord shapes. The word caged spells that way. C-A-G-E-D. We're just doing the E and the A of that because those ones are easier, at least, as far as the bar chords go. So this one, although in the book they write it as G minor because they're writing it at the 3rd fret, think of this one as the E-shaped bar chord, and this is the E minor-shaped bar chord. This is the A-shaped major chord, and this is the A-shaped, A minor-shaped bar chord. So good to keep that in mind, like the shape of it, meaning just the way the fingers are arranged, how it relates to the original open chord you learned. You know, so when it was here, it was an A minor. This is shaped a certain way, meaning they're spaced apart from one another a certain way. So you move it up, it still has that same shape, meaning it has it's the same type of chord, the same group, minor, major, diminished, all that. So this is minor no matter where you do it, and the only thing that varies is where you start. So that will change the letter part of the name. So there's like two parts of the name. There's the letter part, the root note, you know, that's going to be A sharp, B, C, C sharp, etc. And then the type of chord, major or minor, or seventh, or any of the other types of chords. You can make bar chords out of any of those too. Every single type of chord you can make movable with this same concept. Any questions about that? Or is it starting to sink in a little bit?
Yeah, not greatly. Yeah, I know it's kind of confusing. I even try to look at like kind of internet and stuff on bar chords and stuff. They're like the dreaded bar chord.
Well, they're dreaded for most people because they're hard to play.
Right.
You're playing it just fine.
Right.
So we got that.
Yeah. Just yeah.
And I think it might just, me rambling on might make it seem more complicated than it is, because I think you're following along. And I think it would help a little bit if your open chords were just perfectly solid too.
Yeah.
So let's go over the two E-shaped ones one more time, and then we'll do the A ones. And then we'll attempt some of the other ones, and I think that should drive the concept home if we get the other ones down. So that's an E chord. That, if we looked at the right, so that's an E chord. And the key here is to notice that it's an E major. Okay, this is a major chord, and you happen to be starting with what? An open E string, right? That's an E, and that's a minor chord. You happen to be starting with that open E, so it's an E minor. Two parts to the name: E major. This one's E minor. So you take the type and move it up by keeping the spacing the same. Let's use these three fingers and leave this one free. Yep. So that's obviously still the same chord. We didn't move it up yet, so it's still an E. When you move it up, if we keep the spacing of all the notes the same by bringing that top note along with us by using a bar.
That's F.
Yep, exactly. The key is it's F major. Okay. Also, you get lost because when you ever say the letter by default, people assume it's major, but sometimes you forget about that. It seems like F and F major are separate things or something, F major, and then that would be F minor. So that would be F sharp major. And that would be G major. Yep. The minor one is really hard. It has less fingers required. When you're taking that middle finger off, the bar has an extra note to hold down. So when it's down, the bar is really only doing three notes. This, that, and that. But we take the middle finger off, it's got to do all three of those on the root. So that's the one where I was saying maybe use a little more of the side ear,
So you wouldn't want to try to let's move them down or anything that wouldn't
because then you lose this one.
benefit you. Unless you need that.
Yeah, because that's the note,
yeah.
the square note that names it and all that. There you go. Perfect. You can clearly hear the difference.
Right.
If you're not hearing a difference when you take that finger off, then
Right.
that's a big clue that, all right, that third string isn't coming through at all. And it might be the pinky in the way, but more often than not, it's just the bar not holding it down.
So that's the C-shaped bar chord.
No, that's the E shaped, the one that's written as G.
E-shaped, right? E-shaped.
Because down here was an E and an E minor. Cool. So got those down pretty good. What were you thinking?
What did you say it was a shape?
E.
E. And the other one we were doing was A.
Yeah, we didn't do A yet today.
Not today, but
Right.
those are the two.
Right. It's not like a C-shaped bar chord pops up ever, you know. Very rarely.
So you get these two, you got them.
Yep. And it's just, again, it's two different ways of doing the same thing. I mean, if you get the two that we just went over, the major and the minor version, you can play every chord that can be thrown at you. You just might need to jump across the fretboard a lot. Doing something like Wild Thing, you don't even need the A-shaped one. If we wanted to do it in the key of G, say, 1, 4, 5 would be G, A, B, C, D. So if we want G, C, D, we can go. That's a giant leap, right? Going all the way 3 to 8. Not too hard to do. That's one way to do it. Some might play it that way. But a nicer, more concise way is to do this G, C, D, going 3, right under it, 1 over. As opposed to G, 8, 10. Try it that way. 8 is 10. Yep. If we play our 1 bar chord on those 3, we can do Wild Thing. Let's try it that way.
So what am I supposed to be at?
Yep. Got it. Gets a little more crammed up there too.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
But the other way is to do it.
Got it.
Right.
Yep. And what would you call that chord? Right, which
A-shaped.
A-shaped, exactly. A-shaped major or minor?
Minor.
Major. Okay. Bring this all the way down to open. We've got 2, 2, 2. And there's that one.
So is there an A minor?
Yep. A minor looks like that. Looks just like the major of
Okay.
the other one,
Yeah.
but at different strings. We've done this one in Dust in the Wind, probably a handful of others. A major would be like adding a pinky here. These 3. So 2, 2, 2 to 2, 2, 1. There you go. Remember how in a bunch of stuff we've done, everything on the B string is 1 off? It's like you gotta go 1 higher when we're doing our scales. That was thrown out.
Yeah.
And when we're tuning, we gotta go to the 4th fret.
Right.
Same thing's going on here. E major to E minor is going from 1 to 0. Now instead of going 1 to 0, we're going 2 to 1. Okay, so 2, 2, 2 is the major one, and then 2, 2, 1 is the minor. 2, 2, 0 is a whole different type of chord. The 8th suspended second. But so that's why the A minor ends up looking like the E major. Straight under it.
But that's right.
Good. Sound good? For the C and the D, the A-shaped one, anywhere for that matter, the A-shaped bar chord, try to use your first finger to touch the 6th string a little bit so that we don't get the that open ringing extra noises and sounds we don't need.
Yeah, I'll just tap it in the shape.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was trying to,
Yeah.
that is an accomplishment in itself. Yeah, slight adjustment, you still got to shape. So.